Anna Kendrick delivered a shady response about reuniting with Blake Lively for another simple favor premiere.
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again? Talking about you.
I love Anna Kendrick's style of humor. I think she's so funny, so anyone can really take from that what they will. But it was her reaction to this next question that is pretty priceless because it was directly related to all the drama surrounding Blake, and it ends with
many of you were paying attention to Blake Ellender Brown's appearance at the South by Southwest Film Festival for the premiere of her new movie, Another Simple Favor. And specifically, a lot was made of Anna Kendrick's responses about Blake Ellender Brown.
Blake Lively just walked into Hollywood's biggest betrayal. Her red carpet return was supposed to be iconic. Instead, it was a total disaster. Anna Kendrick's icy reaction, viral protest signs, a growing industry backlash, and now Hollywood is done with her. For years, Blake built the perfect image, but behind the scenes, the cracks were always there. And now, Anna Kendrick just made one thing clear. She's done pretending. What really went down at the premiere? And why is everyone turning against Blake?
What happens in the third one? Capri in Rome, honestly. So Paul, we really wanted to make this second movie, and I was like, Paul, he wanted to shoot in Capri, and I was like, that sounds amazing, but it's very expensive, and let's just, shoot in Connecticut. That's where the first one took place. I didn't understand why it needed to be Capri, and now I want to live there. I love it so much. They serve you ice cream and lemons, and it's just magical. They sell hats. That crazy, beautiful hat was just a hat in a store. Humans buy that. It's amazing.
No, Blake came to us because I just found this hat. I go, wait a minute, let's pull out this landing pad of a hat.
It's a root. We need it. It was like, yes. So anyway, it's just like, it's pretty magical. So yeah, it was really nice. And Rome was like, Rome. I really love that you just...
Let's break it all down. The South by Southwest premiere was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, it turned into a public humiliation. When Anna Kendrick was asked a simple question, how does it feel to reunite with Blake Lively? Everyone expected the usual Hollywood fluff. A smile, a rehearsed answer, maybe even a little fake enthusiasm. But Anna, she gave them 3 words. Oh, no excitement, no warmth, just pure indifference. For a moment, there was silence, the kind that makes an entire room uncomfortable. The interviewer hesitated, waiting for Anna to elaborate, but she didn't. Instead, she glanced off camera, barely masking her frustration. It wasn't just an answer, it was a statement.
It seemed to me and many others that Anna Kendrick wanted nothing to do with the hair care professional. But that is not true if we are to believe the film's director, Paul Feig.
We're shooting a gun, and you're supposed to put things in your ears to sound, because it's very, very, very loud. You're still shooting it's shooting a blank bullet, so there's no gunpowder in it. There's still the explosion. I thought there's no whatever. And they forgot to tell us that the gun was actually loaded. And the one of the gun's not loaded, and so we knew it was loaded. I thought we knew it was loaded. We didn't know that he was going to set off one of the that's what it was. I thought you didn't know what it was. It was your gun. No, it was your gun. Yeah. So anyway, there was a big loud bang, and no one was wearing ear protection or anything. So my heart rate. I think I might have had a mini stroke. Yeah. We thought we were actually.
And the internet exploded. Within hours, the clip was everywhere: TikTok, Twitter, Reddit. Fans dissected every second of her reaction. Some called it shade, others said it was straight-up contempt. And then, the real dirt started coming out. People began replaying every moment from the night. Anna's stiff body language, her forced smile when standing next to Blake, the way she subtly shifted away during photos. Nothing about their interactions looked natural. It was as if Anna was doing everything in her power not to be near Blake. By the end of the night, one thing was clear. This wasn't just awkward. This was a full-blown Hollywood Cold War. And the worst part? Anna wasn't the only one keeping her distance. Now, here's where things go from bad to brutal, because it's not just Anna Kendrick. Hollywood itself is done with Blake Lively. The fashion world, distancing itself. For years, Blake was a front-row fixture at Chanel, Gucci, Versace, a walking billboard for luxury brands. But now, radio silence. No invites, no campaigns, no exclusive partnerships. The fashion houses that once worshipped her, moving on, and Hollywood, even worse, insiders, are spilling the truth. Producers no longer see her as a box office draw. Once upon a time, Blake's name could carry a movie. Now execs aren't convinced she can bring in audiences anymore. Directors say she's difficult to work with. Word on the street? She's too controlling on set, pushing for last minute changes and making things harder behind the scenes. Industry veterans are keeping their distance. Once, she was surrounded by A-listers, effortlessly mingling with Hollywood's elite. Now, the energy is different, the support fading. Even at SXSW, despite her best attempts to charm the crowd, something felt off. People clapped, but it wasn't enthusiastic. She smiled, but the reaction was muted. It was like the industry had already made up its mind. Blake Lively's era is over. And the worst part? She might be the last one to realize it. Here's the thing. Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively were never actually friends. Sure, they played nice for the cameras during a Simple Favors press tour, but even then, something felt off. Anna's smiles, forced, her laughs, uncomfortable, the body language, screaming, "I don't want to be here." Insiders say Blake pushed a best friends narrative to make the film more marketable, playing up their so-called chemistry. But Anna, she wasn't buying it. She went along with it because she had to. It was part of the job. But the moment she didn't have to pretend anymore, she cut ties. Fast, no birthday shoutouts. No social media interactions. No casual, "we're still cool" moments. Just complete radio silence. And now, this latest premiere just confirmed what fans have suspected for years. Anna Kendrick isn't just distant, she's done. No fake smiles, no polite small talk, just pure indifference. And in Hollywood, where image is everything, that silence says more than words ever could. If you needed one more reason to believe Blake Lively is obsessed with control, just look at the poster. At first, everything was normal. Anna Kendrick's name was listed first, exactly how Hollywood billing rules dictate. She's the lead. She gets top billing. Simple, standard. But then, something changed. In the final version of the poster, Blake's name mysteriously shifted higher than Anna's. Not much. Just enough to make it look like she was the true star. A coincidence? Please, no one is buying that. Fans immediately noticed the tweak and called it out. Industry insiders whispered about Blake pulling strings behind the scenes. And the biggest takeaway? It looked desperate. Because let's be real, this wasn't an accident. Posters like this go through dozens of approvals, from marketing execs to studio heads. That kind of change doesn't just happen. Someone made sure Blake's name sat higher than Anna's, and that someone? Most likely Blake herself. This tiny, almost pathetic power move only made things worse for her. Instead of making her look like the star, it just reinforced what people were already saying. Blake Lively cares more about her image than the actual success of the film. If you thought Blake Lively's on-camera image was fake, just wait until Wayne. You hear what goes on behind the scenes, because according to people who've worked with her, she's a nightmare. A former assistant director allegedly quit Hollywood entirely after dealing with Blake on set. Another crew member, straight up, called her the worst person they've ever worked with. And here's the kicker. Even in an industry full of demanding, high-maintenance stars, Blake Lively stands out as one of the most difficult, and that says a lot. People expect diva behavior in Hollywood, but for so many crew members to speak out like this, that's rare. So what exactly makes her so unbearable? Well, sources say Blake is obsessed with control. She doesn't just give input, she demands things go her way, down to the smallest details. She second-guesses directors, she argues over costumes, she even tries to tweak scripts. One former coworker even claimed that entire production schedules had to be adjusted just to accommodate her last-minute creative changes. And the worst part? She's not subtle about it. One crew member recalled a moment when Blake completely humiliated a junior staffer just for bringing her the wrong brand of water, in front of everyone. And yet, for years, people stayed quiet. Blake had powerful allies, a well-curated public image, and a fan base that bought into her cool girl persona. But now, the whispers are turning into full-on exposure, because with the SXSW disaster, Anna Kendrick's coldness, and Hollywood distancing itself, no one has a reason to keep protecting Blake Lively anymore. If Blake Lively thought she could control the narrative, she was dead wrong, because the internet is having a field day with this drama. The moment that SXSW clip dropped, social media erupted with reactions, and they were brutal. One viral tweet joked, Blake Lively would rather cancel the entire movie than let Anna Kendrick get more attention. Another tweet didn't hold back. Anna Kendrick's silence said more than words ever could. And then came the hashtags. Justice for Anna started trending, because fans are convinced Blake has been undermining Anna Kendrick for years. But it didn't stop there. Edits started circulating, comparing Blake's awkward energy at the premiere to Anna Kendrick looking completely unbothered. TikTok users broke down every interaction, pointing out how Anna's body language screamed discomfort whenever Blake was around. And over on Reddit, entire threads exposing Blake's alleged past behavior started gaining traction. The overwhelming vibe? People are done buying Blake's America's Sweetheart act. And for someone who spent her entire career crafting a flawless public, Image? This level of social media backlash is devastating because unlike a bad movie review or a flop project, this is personal, and it's happening right in front of millions of people. If Blake thought the Anna Kendrick drama was bad, she was not ready for what happened next. Because when she hit the red carpet, she wasn't just met with flashing cameras, she was met with protesters. And their message, loud and clear. Fans held up signs reading, "Justice for Justin Baldoni." Others chanted his name, making it impossible for Blake to ignore. And then, the t-shirt. One fan went viral for wearing a custom-made shirt that said, "Blake lied." And the craziest part? Not a single official photo of Blake and Justin Baldoni together exists from that night. Not one. For a movie where they're supposed to be co-stars, this was a major red flag, and social media ate it up. The protest became a full-blown meme. TikTok edits, Twitter threads, Instagram stories. Blake's humiliation was everywhere. Because now, people weren't just questioning her Hollywood reputation, they were calling her out for something much bigger. Did Blake Lively sabotage Justin Baldoni? And more importantly, what is she hiding? If anyone is feeling the heat from Blake's drama, it's Ryan Reynolds. And according to insiders, he's not happy. Because while Blake is out here burning bridges, Ryan has $1 billion franchise to protect. With Deadpool 3 right around the corner, the last thing he needs is to be dragged into this disaster. But at this point, it might already be too late. Industry sources claim Ryan is desperately trying to distance himself from the backlash. Some say he's been dodging questions about Blake during press events. Others noticed he's been less active on social media, especially when it comes to defending his wife. And here's where things get even messier. For years, Ryan and Blake have been Hollywood's golden couple, the perfect marriage, the playful social media banter, the flirty red carpet moments. But now, fans are starting to notice cracks. Why hasn't Ryan spoken up? Why isn't he shutting down the hate? Is he secretly done with this mess? Because, let's be real, if Ryan wasn't regretting this situation before, he definitely is now. Anna Kendrick wants nothing to do with her. Her co-stars are shading her in public. Hollywood is pulling the plug. Blake spent years crafting the perfect image, but now it's falling apart. Is this the beginning of the end for Blake Lively? Or will she find a way to turn it all around? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you think this drama is wild, wait until you hear who just got exposed next. Subscribe so you don't miss it.